Join us on the back porch, that's what we're here for. We're not professionals, but we're here to help. Take a step into the lounge, don't be by yourself. Light up a stick, let the stories unfold. In the Back Porch Lounge, where the vibe is bold. Shy about the shop, no need to fear. We'll teach you the ropes and make it all clear. Learn the lingo, find your cigar groove. With the Leaf Cutters crew, you got nothing to prove. We're not professionals, but we're here to help. Take a step into the lounge, don't be by yourself. Light up a stick, let the stories unfold. In the Back Porch Lounge, where the vibe is bold. So grab your cigar, join the conversation. Let's light it up, spark some inspiration. The Leaf Cutters are here, the world to ignite. One stick at a time, under the porch light.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Back Porch Lounge. We are the Leaf Cutters, and we are not professionals, but we are here to help. And today in the Back Porch Lounge, we have no guests. So you get to deal with just us today, so it's going to be a good time. Not that our guests aren't a good time, but we tend to be a little bit more loosey-goosey.
Backpedal that shit right now.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I love our guests. I love our guests, don't get me wrong.
I have a good time when we have guests, but I also have a good time when it's just us.
Yeah.
Guests no longer wants to have guests, apparently.
No more guests, ever. No, just kidding.
For the rest of the
I
week.
love our guests for the rest of this week, right here. Yep. But today we are smoking something special for you all. It is the Knuckle Sandwich Chef Special 2025.
No shit, I got the wrong cigar. I'll be right back.
Yeah, okay. But
I'm kidding.
this cigar was actually given to us at PCA by Jack Tarano. So I want to say thanks, Jack, for this.
Thanks,
if it's
Jack.
crap,
And I hope you're
I'm still
enjoying your
gonna say thanks
750th
anyway.
birthday.
Yes. Congratulations on that. Surviving the Black Plague, all that good stuff. I mean, congratulations. All right. But
In 2 world wars, it's amazing.
in 2 world
It's
wars.
amazing.
All right.
So they finally deemed him too old to fight in the newer ones. So
I can still do it. I can still kick it, guys.
And then Jack never sent Andy any more cigars.
that's right.
That's right.
Thank God
He's
we're
like-
friends with Hector.
Go fuck yourself. And speaking of Hector, this cigar is brought to us by the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, which is, of course, Guy Fieri, Eric Espinosa, and Hector Alfonso from Espinosa.
Wow.
Yes.
More fish on Fridays. Jesus.
You should, really.
It's all that Catholic guilt you've been pouring on this week, Gibbs.
That's it. And I've shut up for the lighting of this, but wow.
Thank you.
Well,
Damn.
you know how sometimes you light up a cigar and you already know
Mhm.
that's going to be a good cigar?
He's gonna be at this party.
That is that exact feeling lighting this sucker up. Damn. I'm actually speechless. I'm just gonna suck on this. I don't give a shit. Talk amongst yourselves. I want to enjoy this.
I got something you can suck on.
God, we are just changing gears like so fast.
Mhm.
Just like, can we cuddle first?
We did. That was
No.
pre-show.
That's pretty sure. That was a different gear too.
Yeah, it was.
Mhm. Okay. I gotta actually
So
start
Gibbs,
talking here.
I was gonna say for first light up, what's your takes there, buddy? Because
That is fucking
do
tasty.
you need a napkin?
I need something. So something's going to be cleaned up. That's for sure. Damn, that is good. I can't pick out what that flavor is. Exactly. I can't tell what that taste is lighting up, but it is super pleasurable and pleasant. Thank you, Andy, for the towel. I'm gonna need it.
I got you.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this cigar to smoke since PCA. I ain't gonna lie. I've been wanting.
It's
to
got a
smoke
little
this
age
one,
on it.
and it's got a little age on it, but it's super smooth, super. What the hell did they do to this thing? I'm gonna go ahead and move on to you, Andy, because I've done sucked this dick long enough.
Jesus.
Fantastic.
You meant stick, right? Like that was the. You
Suck this dick long enough. God dang,
It's good. It's got a really interesting retro.
it does.
I'm not gonna gush because I'll leave you to gush.
That's
But yeah, it's got a really good start. I can't place flavors at the moment. That's what we pay Zach for.
Whoa. Are you keeping
I
that
didn't
an
say-
account you didn't tell me about, or?
No, it's not real money.
Okay.
It's Monopoly.
Oh,
Straight up
okay,
Monopoly.
okay, gotcha. Well then, next time we play Monopoly, I'll be starting off ahead.
That's right. $5.
$5
$5.
Monopoly.
But I
I'll
mean-
pay you $100 Monopoly. Sorry.
I'll pay you $100 Monopoly money tomorrow for 2 hamburgers today. But yeah, I mean,
right,
it's
how about-
it's got a good lineup. It's very flavorful. The retro's really kind of funky. I mean, funky isn't good. But that's all I got for now. I'll get back to you.
Can you back it like a natural sweetness to it? I'm getting that. I'm getting like a very good natural sweetness to it.
Yeah, that's the word I use for that is coffee sweetness, like black coffee that has like a kind of sweetness to it naturally. That's the way I think about it, but I'm not sure it's the right descriptor for this one. But yeah, I get that too.
Interesting. All right, Grim, how about you, buddy? Okay.
Look, I have to say that at this point to like even out the average here, because what you've said so far is like so astronomically high that to bring it down to a regular cigar level in an average, I have to be like, it's crap. I don't even want to say it's crap. I just have to say it so it evens out and not, fanboyed out.
Law of averages.
Yeah. Now, if you could dial it back during like the midway check-in or something like that, I'll come back up
All
to
right.
like, hey, it's pretty good.
Okay. All right. I'll try to dial it back in the midway.
Okay.
Thank you for keeping me
But as
grounded,
for right
Grim.
now, crap. It's all crap.
All right, good.
The Grim, the talent who would rather be smoking Fuentes right now.
I almost thought about answering that with, hey, can I just go get another cigar?
I picked up the wrong one. This is not nearly as exciting enough. Let me go be right back.
No. I'm obviously not having the same sex with my cigar that,
Oh my god.
It's fair enough. How
Yeah.
about you, Zach?
Yeah, started off real good. I can immediately tell that I'm gonna like the cigar. It tastes like the knuckle sandwich line to me, which makes a lot of sense since it is. But it's like a little elevated, a little more like it's more. It tastes like a special edition of the cigar. I have no idea how much these cost, but I'm guessing that it's more.
as it should be. It is
As
a
far as
touch up
like
from the regular knuckle sandwich.
yeah, it tastes like it's more refined, and like the wrapper on this is really like rich looking, and it smelled amazing before I lit it. It like the smell of the tobacco leaves are like intoxicating. It's like really good. As far as flavors go, I get a little bit of chocolatiness, a little bit of that coffee sweetness I was talking about with Gibbs, and on the retro I get a little bit of spice, but also like kind of a dusty hay kind of thing that is pleasant. It's not like bad, but it's like that's the way I kind of describe it. Your
I get the pepper.
mileage may vary. Do what? You just get pepper?
So, to bring up what's actually we're smoking the Toro box press.
Which I think is the
And-
only shape this came in.
Yeah, I think it's the only
that's,
shape it came in. But in case somebody wanted to know, it's a Toro box press. The wrapper on it's Brazilian. The binder's Nicaraguan. The filler's Nicaraguan. So
that
normally
is
don't-
interesting.
bring those stats up, but I just thought that was an interesting
If you hadn't
difference
looked them up, I
between,
was gonna.
yeah,
had very
between this
many
one and
Brazilian
like the
wrappers?
Toro.
Yeah. Well, I have. While I was smoking this, it reminded me a little bit, not entirely. There was like some flavor crossover between the Intemperance BA, which is their Brazilian wrapper version of that cigar, which is interesting that popped up because usually I don't make like a direct cigar reference in my brain like that. But Brazilian tobacco, I guess.
There you go. but it definitely has that kick to it. It's very nice. I like it.
An aroma reference just for crumbles.
Just for
I
grin.
didn't even say the company name. I just said the cigar name.
I know he was trying to be nice.
I was
I,
trying
I,
to.
was, I was holding it back because I was like, he didn't say aroma, but there's Andy just fucking digging it home. It's all right. I'm still miffed about the last time we got together because Gibbs didn't give me credit for a song ninja, and
He's absolutely right. He got both Andy and I on a
With
song
what?
ninja.
what was it that I said?
Fancy.
Oh, here's one chance, fancy, don't let me down.
Mm-hmm.
How's the rest of the song go?
He got both of us.
I
Notice I
find
just
missing the
said
whole song.
fancy and left it at that. I didn't go any more elaboration on it. But
Yeah,
Grim's
but I
got
mean,
20
elaboration
points
So
last
is
does
game.
win
that
for
count
me.
as a s-
I was gonna
It
say,
was a
does
win
that
for
count
me.
for this? It's a win for both of you because you got him.
Yeah, 'cause
You
he
if
just-
you got us last show,
Mention it
that means
first.
Gibbs. You mentioned the song. You didn't mention the song. Gibbs just mentioned
Oh.
the song title. Off you
Okay,
win.
you can have points anyways. I'm winning the fucking lead.
So he got 20 points last game, last episode. So
Are we
I'm-
keeping track
I'm-
of this?
of course not.
Okay. I was like,
I am in my head because I know I am.
is there
way
a
far out in the
leaderboard
lead.
for this shit?
I mean, I'm hoping like the audience is keeping up with it.
It's
And they're like, no.
Well, they're definitely not. My mom is
It's-
not keeping up with it.
It's Grim, and then peasants. Like those are
Oh, damn, that's just rude.
Yeah, right. Rude.
All right. So for this episode, I think we need to get a little political.
Shit.
no,
And but
no.
hold on. Wait. Before we talk, we're not talking government politics. We're talking cigar politics.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Because I was about to like just unplug my mic and leave.
Done.
I'm like,
Close the laptop.
I mean,
Go.
it does slightly get into some government politics, but not like left, right bullshit and stuff like that.
Right,
No, I'm
right.
talking about
because I believe
legal things.
when we started the podcast, I said I'd prefer not to get political because that kind of polarizes your audience.
yeah, that polarizes everybody. No, we're not
Yeah.
getting into that. That's all. Just bullshit aside. We're getting into the cigar politics because it affects us deeply on a cigar level, especially like, today's, I guess just today's climate with cigars of brick and mortar versus online and what's happening with all the tariffs and what's going on out in California and what's going on over here and over there. I think that, our perspective on it can help guide people, let them know what's going on. And I think people might actually like our opinion on it. So
I feel
it was a
I feel
thought.
flattered that you think that people would care what I or we thought about that. But that's sure. Let's talk about it.
I mean,
I think
we do have kind of an audience.
No, I
that
just
do
assume
like
that they go,
what we're
a bunch of
saying.
idiots.
Yeah,
I mean,
They're
that's what I'm
looking
hoping
for
for
the jokes
too.
and
I hope they don't take us too seriously.
well maybe
They look for the jokes and all that and the clips on over the weeks or whatever, and then they're good. They don't, they don't come to us for.
I didn't do my homework for this episode. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, I know a little bit about some of the stuff, and
No, we've had
Yeah,
some
some
interesting.
recent-
We've had some interesting
Yes.
recent conversations on the side,
Exactly.
yeah, off the record, if you will.
off the record,
Yeah,
if you
and-
will.
And we're not going to bring up any of those conversations, or at least the people who are involved in those conversations. Other than, they had really good points on what we were going to talk about. For the first thing I want to talk about is what the hell's the big deal about California and what's going on out there?
Are you going to give a summary?
Yeah, I'm going to give a summary. So California has imposed a $1,000, I think they're calling it a registration fee for every SKU that a cigar manufacturer has. So when I say SKU, we're talking about each Vitola has a SKU, each line has a SKU, all of that. So if you want to register cigars in California, you have to pay $1,000 per SKU to be able to do that.
Is it $1,000 per SKU? That could
It's
be crazy.
$1,000 per SKU.
Oh, and by the
And
way,
that-
the deadline to have that in was like last month.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's per product
In order to
registration
be-
fee.
Yeah, it had to be in by early October or first or
Mhm.
1 November. And if you did not get it in before that time, there was no guarantee that you could shelve
Sell
your
your
product.
product. And on top of that, nope, go ahead, Andy. Sorry.
But the state would gladly continue to take your money and put you on a list, or as they went through all the SKUs, eventually get you, where you can sell
Add
shit.
it in. And on top
That
of
sound a little bit like a protection fee, a little bit to you.
that, maybe. And on top of that, they're banning all flavors
Oh, I didn't hear the
in California as well. But there are some people that enjoy the flavored cigars and things like that, but they're completely being banned.
Does that
Now-
include pipe tobacco cigars like Stillwell and?
I believe it's all
uh,
flavored. So I think it's. I could be wrong.
and,
I didn't
Edward.
read up too closely, but
I think it's the
To my-
definition.
to-
I think it's the way that the flavors applied has more has to do with it. It's not so much as like a pipe short filler pipe tobacco. Doesn't have has an artificial flavor, but the way it's produced and not the way it's introduced into the cigar is a different process.
versus like where it's injected into the
Yeah,
cigar at some point. Yeah,
or dipped
Infused.
or whatever.
or dipped.
but that goes back to having nothing in your tobacco leaf to having a chemical in your tobacco leaf, and that's the argument. So whether it's a good or bad thing, if you like flavored cigars, that's under fire. I don't know if that part actually passed, that you can't have any flavors, but I believe that was part of it. But I do know that the $1,000 per SKU was ridiculous.
Yeah, just thinking about since we're smoking the knuckle sandwich, there's not a crazy number of vitolas for that. I don't think. I think there's 3 or 4. Maybe it's just 2 per blend. But
Mhm.
even that,
Yeah, it's still 4 blends.
Yeah.
That's $4,000.
Yeah.
Which, going back to the episode that'll be prior to this, which is Katie's cigars, look at, if he's got to register all of his shapes, vitolas and lines, for somebody who's just getting into cigar manufacturing and production, ouch.
yeah, and he's got.
I
he's
can
got
easily
probably
justify
4
not
or
going
5
to California.
vitolas.
And that's the argument.
did hear-
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I did hear that is for California sales only. So the online retailers that are there that sell nationally, they still can sell out of state. They just can't sell those maybe exclusives or anything that aren't registered.
Well, Saka, I believe, said he
That's
wasn't gonna do it. A shop exclusive that they did that came out as that law was going into effect. They can sell those cigars up until the midnight, the night the law takes effect, and then whatever's left they have to sell online out of state,
Out of state.
because he's not registering his cigars, in California, because it's stupid.
It is.
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, but just imagine how. Just think about all the. It doesn't hurt the big boys so much. Like the big boys can soak up that cost and pass it on to the consumer. Not a big deal. It hurts the boutiques.
Oh yeah,
Big
it
time.
hurts the boutiques like hell. When you're talking big boys, let's make sure we list out, Padron, Romeo, or let's just say potentially
Perdomo.
STG, Adelatus, General.
It's going to hurt
the
two
big
estates a little bit more, though.
potentially.
Potentially.
Why do you think it'll hurt them more than another? They're ginormous now.
Well, they are ginormous, but they have some exclusive lines that are dedicated
Oh.
flavor and things like that, like acid,
that's true. That's true.
Deadwood, which Deadwood is one of
yeah.
their popular lines.
It's
It may
very
affect
popular
that.
Yeah. Well, and their their Java line and
Java.
Acid line. Those are very popular cigars. Somebody's smoking them. I'm not doing it, but somebody is.
Somebody's not us.
Well, yeah, but somebody likes those, and it's quite possible that they're not going to be able to sell them in California at all. Even if they do buy this SKU, they might not be able to sell them.
I'll
Period.
say you might see like a limitation for what Vitolas end up there. Maybe they do a couple and they don't, the more popular ones, but not all the different sizes and shapes.
Well,
I don't know.
Thinking on this line of thought, your next big states that will try, that are likely to try this will be probably New York. Because they're fairly anti-tobacco, pro-tax, anti-tobacco. I want to say Mass, but I don't know if Massachusetts is a good pick.
Massachusetts was one of those that popped in my head.
Yeah, I don't know really what the vibe is there. I know that they're pretty like specific about the things that they are hardlining, but I'm not sure where tobacco lies on that.
Yeah. But it's it's just one of those things you got to think about. Once California does it, there's several other states that like to follow that trend. And it quite possibly could be that they're going to put in lack of a better term, like Zach said, a protection fee to be able to put your cigars in their state.
Yeah, I haven't heard like what it is other than just like this a tax for the sake of tax.
It's
like
I think the easy answer to that is to curb the use of tobacco. It's alcohol is fine. We've talked about this before, but where you see alcohol is just fine. It's tobacco that gets the bad rap. But tobacco doesn't cause you to necessarily hit somebody in the middle of the night while you're driving home drunk from a party.
That's not true. You could drop it in your lap. Your crotch catches on fire. You could easily.
Maybe don't light up till you after light up before you start rolling the car. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, if you use that kind of logic, then you should be fine. But yeah, it's like I said, it's kind of weird that all of a sudden this is like you said, anti-tobacco, tobacco bad. I mean, when drinking doesn't get the same shake. Now, granted, drinking had its day with the prohibition. Go ahead.
Well,
Graham.
Go ahead, Graham.
Yeah.
I forgot.
You
interrupted. And I don't even remember anymore. It was something. It was something funny, and Ben ruined it, and I just. God damn it, Ben.
You're welcome.
Every time.
You're welcome.
Well, I mean, and prohibition works so well, right?
Yeah, let's say prohibition works so well.
It didn't,
it had its time.
Develop organized crime or,
No, or
cause
organized
any kind of problems that are problems today.
Nah, moonshining's perfectly legal. Yeah, it's not even at home. Sorry, kids.
We had to research that one too. Just checking.
I did research that one. I did research that one. It was sad.
We did research this last week. It was funny.
That's Friday.
So, on top of that, they've talked about levying a tariff on Nicaragua that's almost 100% tariff.
Yeah.
And making basically the cost of your cigar to double coming out of Nicaragua, which is kind of scary because a lot of manufacturers, because at first Nicaragua wasn't getting tariffed as heavy as some of the other countries. So they were opening up shop in Nicaragua and moving from like Honduras and moving from Dominican into Nicaragua to produce their tobacco because it was going to be cheaper to do it there. And now it's like, since they're there, that tariff may be put in place and everything's going to blow up. And that's going to hurt the cigar industry as well.
It's true.
Because,
when your $7 cigar is $14.
As it comes out of the factory, that's before it even gets to the shop.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming that the shop is going to double the price or whatever they're buying it at, because that seems to be pretty standard.
So yeah, your $3-4 cigar that was produced in Nicaragua at $3 or $4, well, it's now $8 coming out of Nicaragua. Once it hits the shop, they have to put their keystone pricing against it and be another $8, so $16 for that $8 cigar. So
$16, little man.
Put that shit in my hand. But the money doesn't show that you owe me. Oh. Okay, you got 10 points for that. I'll proudly wear that one.
Yes, you wrapped it so hard.
Hey.
No judgment. All the judgment.
But it's just mind blowing how all of a sudden, now that cigars are kind of getting a little bit more popular, just like just like fucking beer, craft beer and things like that. Craft cigars are picking up, but now it's all of a sudden, oh, this is bad. We have to take it out. It's so weird. I mean, and there's so many rumors flying around the internet that
or it's bad and we need to regulate it more. So going back to regulation, the FDA has been trying to regulate cigars for 15 years, or to find a way to test and regulate tobacco, including premium hand-rolled cigars, for the last probably 10 or 15 years. Thankfully, the judge that's handling that particular argument understands, kind of went back to the FDA and said, yeah, you've got all these great tests, but none of them are specifically for premium hand-rolled cigars. You don't have a fit definition in your argument for premium hand-rolled cigars. And so right now, while that's still in place and those arguments are continuing to be had in court at the federal level, we can continue to enjoy our cigars without the FDA sticking their fucking fingers into them. But I think part of that also is, if you're a manufacturer, you have to submit sample. The original requirement was that all the manufacturers had to submit samples of all their tobacco and all their cigars for the FDA to test, so they could regulate and get a little piece of that money
at the manufacturer's cost, right?
Yeah.
That was the thing I had heard about that when that was gaining traction and then losing traction. Or not losing traction necessarily, but losing momentum.
Yeah. Well, the reason why this, I think, is getting so much more popular and getting more spotlight on it is because of the introduction of vaping. Vaping has brought the question back up about the chemicals that are in it, the flavor, the flavors that are put into it, and making it more. They're trying to regulate that a little bit more, and so they're sticking premium cigars in with it.
Everything.
They're sticking all tobacco in with it. And again, like Andy's saying, you're grading, apples against oranges. They're different.
Yeah, this isn't the same, this handmade cigar is not the same thing as a Marlboro or a vape stick.
No, not even close.
Or hell, even a, Swisher, sorry, Drew States, because they're owned by Swisher.
It's not.
Right.
It's not the same thing, but I think maybe some of the flavors and maybe some of the techniques that they use to put flavor into or infuse cigars may be crossed the same way that they do vaping. I don't know for sure.
Well, yeah, some, but I think, like when we're talking about, and I'm going to go fire off on one of Grimm's favorite cigars. I had one the other night, the Diesel Whiskey Row.
Love that cigar.
Good cigar.
It's aged in a cask, and that's where it gets its infused, ish whiskey flavor hints, from. I think in the way that I'm trying to remember what I read, and it's really hard to do that. Yeah, similar to how pipe tobacco is flavored, those flavors are added. They aren't necessarily added chemically. They didn't just pour a bunch of fancy chemicals on there. Usually although some do. A lot of that's infused or introduced in the aging process for that particular tobacco. Like I was watching a video earlier today, they were fire curing tobacco, and how did they do that? They light freaking fires on the floor of the barn, open one end of the door and the other door, and wind, as the draft blows through, they're fire curing these leaves. That's how you infuse, that's how you get that flavor.
I mean, that's how you get peated scotch, right? You burn peat to dry the barley, and that flavor carries through into the spirit. It makes one of my favorite things, which is peated scotch.
Yeah, but there's rumor out there right now that are trying to ban all tobacco by 2030. Now, it's a rumor.
I haven't seen a source for that yet, so
I haven't seen a source for that either. I actually haven't seen that. I'm familiar with the attempt at generational, kind of doing away with generational smoking. So they're trying to make it where you can't purchase tobacco, in certain cities. Certain cities will set up a ban And of course, once the city approves the ban, of course, it's easier to go county, state, at that level. But
isn't that just gonna increase the black market for tobacco?
Just like, so Gibbs and Grimm, you live in Georgia, just like Rabun County, which is still a dry county, or at least it was the last time I drove through there. When I wanted beer, just drive to the state line, get beer, and come back. Bootlegging. You're just going to do the same thing. You're just going to drive to the next city, pick up whatever it is you want, and come home.
Well, we live in Coweta County, and up until what was it 2 years ago, Grim? They finally allowed alcohol inside of Coweta County for sale. Liquor stores and stuff like that.
Before that, I was driving 15 minutes out of the way just to go hit a store that was literally on the other side of the county line.
That's it. That's all it was. And for me, I just went into
Lion Creek Liquor,
the next city over, and I was there. And I was able to pick up
of their
liquor and
sales
come
were
home with
Coweta
it.
County people.
Exactly. So
Yeah, and it seems like online sales are going to make that even more idiotic.
yeah, it's just going to make it easier for online sales.
and it's gonna hurt businesses. I feel like it's gonna hurt businesses in that jurisdiction. You've got mom and pop brick and mortars where which at one point and still some are a hub of activity for those of us that are old enough to go sit around and do nothing for a couple hours and talk shop and make friends and have those and have interesting discussions where you're going to lose those because those folks not be able to afford either the taxes or if you sell them out of tobacco, they're just going to close up shop. Of course, what happens when you close up shop? Lately, you're ended up with sitting there with an empty retail.
Yeah. Oh, before we get too deep into brick and mortar and the lounges, let's check in on this cigar because I want to talk about that. Let's do a midway check-in. We about midway on this because I am.
I haven't taken the band off mine, but sure.
Okay.
I just took the band off.
All right. So
it's such a pretty band. I don't want to take it off. I like staring at it.
Yeah, I do like the Knuckle Sandwich brand bands. They're cool. And this one is, I guess this is one of the standard bands. Although it looks like it may has a little extra on the edge. I'd have to look at my Knuckle Sandwich in my humidor.
It's been tasty. I'm not gonna lie. Since light up, consistent. I've really enjoyed that flavor. It's burning evenly. No construction issues whatsoever. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Is that good enough, Grim? Was that playing it down a little bit?
It's a little much. Damn it.
Say something critical.
All right. I don't like the way that it made me cut it crooked on the end for the V cut.
It made you.
It made me cut it crooked. It wasn't like, straight enough for me to cut it. Exactly. So yeah. Take that, cigar. I got nothing. Andy?
It's still really flavorful. You're right. I went the straight cut just because I didn't want to fuck something up. The ash is really pretty. It's got that really nice white ash to it. And the retro still got some of that pepper to it. So I'm still enjoying it. Not as orgasmic maybe as Gibbs, but I got another towel if you need one.
It just does it for me. I'll not tell you. How about you, Grim?
See, that's how you do it. Right there. You just get straight to the point. You dive right into the heart of the situation. You look dead in the camera and you go, all right.
Meh.
So, yeah. I want to ask a little bit of clarification for you, Grim. There. So currently, if someone said, "Hey, I can go buy this cigar," would you say thumbs up or thumbs down right now?
I would say thumbs.
So just
you're just like
Zangief from the Street Fighter movie.
Okay, Zach, how about you, buddy?
He's going with ore. Got it.
Yeah. Or it's an or operator there. So I haven't noticed any dramatic changes. Maybe a little bit of the pepper has mellowed out a little bit. But it's still super enjoyable, and I'm a little sad that I don't have another one of these in my humidor.
Very sad.
It's very sad that this is a limited edition, and But it does make me curious and want the next edition to kind of compare.
Yeah, this is the first chef special I've had, and I know that's like a yearly thing for them.
Yeah, they change it every year.
That's like a little more special, in some ways. And I'm a fan. I like it. I would say if you see one on the shelf, pick it up because you won't be able to see it there for long.
That's true. You can still catch one out in the wild. Grab it.
They're sold out, man.
Yeah.
Espinosa ain't got no more.
Yeah, I was gonna say I see the standard knuckle sandwich line for sale online and in person pretty regularly at the handful of places locally that carry Espinosa, and I almost always pick up one. Pick up a Maduro or a Habanero or Connecticut if they have it.
It's solid.
Or that sweet Puro.
Oh, that Puro was delicious. Okay, so getting into the brick and mortar, all right? Getting into your mom and pop shop, getting into your lounges. All right, the climate's kind of changed, right? There has been a pickup of people.
I miss you.
Bye, I miss you.
Grim ran away. There has been a pickup of people.
Conversation's too real.
Going back to the lounge. Right? The people that are getting into cigars now are actually going to the lounges, which is really cool.
I mean, it's kind of the best place to get, any at least any beginning knowledge on something that you're interested in. I mean,
Yeah,
outside
absolutely.
of talking to us,
Right. I mean, that's where I would go.
that's where I would go.
Yeah, nobody's
I'd
going
say-
to us.
I might go there too.
Leaf cutters.
Oh, Grimwood.
Chop answer on the board.
Every time.
So they are going back into the lounge, getting that knowledge, getting that camaraderie, getting, the lounge feel like you should, right? And it's a great thing to see that, people are actually getting back into lounges and having those conversations and learning kind of the way, I know Andy and I started. You were in the shop talking to people, having a good time. I don't know if that's the same experience for Zach and Grim. I can't speak to that. Well, I can to Grim somewhat, except his was in a parking lot with me and Andy for most of that.
It's close to a lounge.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, it's close enough to the lounge.
Yeah, I mean, we had tailgates to sit on. We're good.
Mm-hmm. But
Still got in a circle and talk shit for an hour and a half.
Yeah, loved it.
even with that going on, the lounges are kind of struggling because they're still getting beat out in price for bulk cigars. So what the climate is inside the lounge, you go in, you buy your 1 or 2 sticks that you're going to smoke for the day, and you smoke them in the lounge, have a good time, hang out. But then you go
Find something you like.
online. Yeah. Then you go online and buy your bulk. You go buy your boxes and stuff and things like that. So that's changed.
Yeah, it used to be you picked up all your sticks at the lounge,
Yeah, you picked up all your stickers at the
or
lounge, you just buy a box of it.
the tinder box at the mall.
Mm-hmm.
Love the smell of that place.
That place, it brings back so many memories when I get a
Right?
aromatic cigar and I smell that. It reminds me of the tinderbox almost every time. That's just nostalgia. If you never experienced a tinderbox in the mall, you are missing out.
You're also not in your 40s.
You're also not in your 40s. That's for damn sure.
I think that those are kind of there might still be one in the mall near me, but I didn't smoke cigars when malls were as prominent as they were when we were younger.
Me either.
I mean, they still are prominent. I mean, there's
was old enough.
Yeah, but it used to be like the thing. Oh, let's go hang out at the mall.
But yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Absolutely. But I'm bringing up that, the climate change of, a couple of sticks at the shop, buy your bulk online. Because it is, and hearing all the stories on the back end, it is fascinating what goes on to get the bulk into the online stores versus trying to get a bulk sale out of a, brick and mortar. It is way harder because the online undercut them so much.
Or you've got cigar manufacturers that own online shops.
Right. And they can get rid of their overstock. They can get rid of they're, I don't want to say this out loud, but it's true. Some of their not as well manicured cigars, let's put it that way. I mean, sometimes it's seconds, but sometimes it's, hey, this isn't quite right. Let's toss it in that box, sell it at premium, as a premium, whatever. Just not quite up to par of their highest standard. Not to bash them, but you can still get full premium cigar boxes that are good quality online. I'm not saying you can't.
Oh, for sure.
But when you get the really good discounts, there's a reason.
Yeah. Either it hasn't sold well in general, or they've got boxes that it didn't market well, and they're just sitting around. They're trying to make space.
So, but
sometimes you can get some really good gems, though. I mean, you can get something that sat in a warehouse for a year and didn't sell, and they decide to heavily discount it, and you get something that's maybe even rare.
Yeah,
we found this box from 2022 sitting in the back corner because we've got so many cigars. Somebody moved a box and went, oh shit, hey, check this out, let's sell this. But I think I want to go back to Gibbs's point. It's all about pricing, right? So that you're spending let's say $12 because I suck at math. $10 for a stick. It's your retailer, it's your local, it's your B&M, and of course that means that stick was $5 there, to make and import and get to the store, and the store's keystoned it to $10, so they can make a couple of dollars of profit off of it after taxes. But you've got this online retailer that's selling that same stick just as a single for say $8 because they've had they're selling in bulk. It's like going to Sam's. They're selling in bulk, but they're also getting cuts at the manufacturer level because, they want to do such high volume.
Yeah. Oh, that actually may have been the topic that we were trying to remember was volume pricing versus... Go ahead. Finish it and then I'll add something.
In order to keep that brick and mortar open, we've got to shop more at the brick and mortars. Yes, I have a subscription with Penny, and I love Penny, and I love all of the things that she does at her shop. I just wish I lived in Intervale so I would be there probably every damn day.
To her shop, yeah.
At least a couple times a week, I'd go hang out there.
She's got a great shop. She's got a great atmosphere. She had snow today. Like the parking lot was covered in snow.
It was pretty.
It was pretty, but it gave me chills because fuck, that's cold. But outside of that, outside of my $50 a month, I don't know that I don't spend a whole lot of money with her unless I call her up, right? But unless I want something or I need something or, and I'll call her and say, hey, look, I want to spend XYZ, or I'll text her and say, hey, Penny, I want to spend XYZ, make something happen, which I usually do for special events and things like that, especially in our group of people.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was thinking about the same thing the other day. I love, Zach wanted to bring something up, but sorry, I was just on a train of thought, man.
Well, I can say it pretty quick, I think. So the way that it seems to me that online retailers make their money is on volume, and you can sell things at a discount if you can hold on to them, and sell a lot of them. And I know that I wonder, I've never seen a retailer do this, but I wonder if a retailer had the space to store the cigars, if they could buy in bulk and sell at a discount and, get a reputation of selling at a discount. And then maybe Fox did that, but they're a huge online retailer. They've got,
they're also a huge store. They've got two fairly sizable brick and mortars.
Yeah. And they, I don't remember if it was, I saw a video of the owner talking, but they started as a liquor store and like a cigarette store, and then kind of like branched out, and then that took off because there was a market for it that wasn't satisfied yet. But I wonder if a brick and mortar could buy at a high enough volume to sell at a discount and like actually make better money because people are going to go there more often. But I don't know. That's a hard thing to do when you know that you have to take a sell it make less money per stick, and hope that you make it up over time. That's a hard proposition, especially if you have a bar in your cigar shop, where you might make more money on selling liquor than you do on selling a cigar. And if you sell one cigar to a person who comes in once a week or whatever to hang out at the bar, you're going to make more money on a $15 cigar than you are on a $7 cigar.
Yeah,
because there's more profit in it. It's just a thing I wonder. I don't know if people try that or not. It's risky though, because you have to have a lot of inventory to do that. When I was in the firearm industry, there was a large store that their philosophy was buy or sell them cheap, or buy them. How would they phrase it? Stack them deep and sell them cheap. So they had a lot of inventory and they sold at a discount, and they made all their money on the volume, not on the per item.
Right.
And they're still a very successful store.
So that's an excellent point. Like, when it comes down to it, if you want to compete with the online stores and their discounts, there's enough margin with Keystone pricing. I mean, you don't necessarily have to make 50 or 100% markup. But if they don't make that 100% markup, is their business plan built around that? You know what I mean? Like, they're only going to survive if they sell it 100%. And that's what I don't know. I don't know the business that way. I don't know the, back end story, behind each shop and things like that. But to me, if it's 100% markup on all your products, you could take a small chunk out of that and possibly make more long-term, or make it even more enticing for somebody to buy a full box from you, because you can sell it at a little bit lesser discount. It still might be a little bit more over, hey, I can get this online, but you can also go up the street and get it and pay a couple of dollars more and be the convenience fee, like I had to pay $3 more for this box.
Yeah, when you're talking a box price, if you're talking a box price of $200, if I have to pay $210 at the store just because, hell, I want it now and I don't want to wait for it to. I don't want to trust the USPS, because we've had that discussion recently. To get it here in a time frame of which I'm going to be here and want to be able to smoke it. Yeah, sure, fuck it. I'll just go up the street and pick it up. I think in my case, my bigger problem, and the reason I look online more often, is locally they don't carry the boutique stuff that I really want. And I hate to say
that's what I was about to get into.
Yes,
and that was
I'm really happy. I just they're back to carrying Espinosa at the local lounge. They're back to carrying La Aurora at the local lounge. La Aurora is really not what I would consider to be a boutique cigar, but it's one of those that I enjoy. But before that, if I wanted Espinosa or Roma, well, they still have some Realm at the local shop too, but not for much longer. I got to get that shit online, or find a store, or find a brick and mortar that's got it where they'll sell it to me online. Because I hate talking to people on the phone. I do it all day long for work. I don't want to talk to people on the phone.
Yeah. You hit the nail on the head of what I was about to lead us into, which was the shops have got to be, they have to get out of this, scared mentality of boutique. A lot of them do not touch boutique. They don't want to touch boutique. They're afraid that, once they get into it, they can't get it again, or they can't restock in enough time, things like that. They have to get out of that mentality, because honestly, for a smoker like me, which, we're different on this podcast. We smoke a lot of boutique, right? And we prefer boutique. But for me,
in general,
if I go to a shop now, I'm going to lean more toward the shop that I know that carries a little bit more boutique and a little bit something different than the same old all the time. What I have, unless I have a craving for something that I know they have, I'll go to their shop. But if I want to go find something new, something different, I'm going to go shop in stores I know carry boutique and carry something different. just because I'm not in the shop as much as I used to be. That's just the way I'm. But if I want to go get something now, I go to the places I know that have the stuff that I want to smoke.
Yeah.
And if
Well,
you're
back
only
to your-
carrying what sells and what is popular and things like that, you're not selling to me. Which
Yeah,
that may be a
No,
good
and
thing or a
I'm
bad
not
thing for your
selling to you
business.
anyways. I'm selling to my clientele.
Yeah, and that's you gotta be a influencer. Is what sells is what they buy. But back to the conversation about lounges. I've had some good lounge experiences recently. Over the past couple months, I'll go out for a motorcycle ride and I'll swing by a shop and sit and have a cigar. And there's a small shop in Oak Ridge. I think it's Secret City Cigars that's on one of the motorcycle routes I like to take. And I have good experience there. There's usually a couple people in the shop hanging out, so there's people to talk to, which is one of the main reasons I go to a shop. Not just to pick up a cigar, but also to enjoy it and enjoy a good conversation. But some of the times I've been to other shops, and it may have been the time of day I went in, but like a Saturday afternoon I went in and there's like no one sitting around hanging out. And it's a bigger shop. It's one I like. They carry a handful of boutique brands I really like. Like they carry Blackworks and Black Label, and they carry West Tampa, and they've got a handful of other boutique brands that I can't think of off the top of my head. But most of their inventory is big brands. It's Fuente and Padron and all the big cigars you would expect to see, Rocky Patel and that kind of thing. But it used to be that I go into that shop, and this was previously before I moved away and then came back. Go in on a Saturday night or Saturday afternoon, I should say, and then there'd be like 20 or 30 people there.
Mm-hmm.
There's people standing because there's no chairs, kind of thing.
Yeah. And that's when it gets fun. For me, that usually means I'm not staying because there's too many people. See ya.
Yeah. That is a bit too many people.
So I'm going to pause that for half a second. So I chaperoned a band trip to Lake Charles this past week, and the girl, the lady that was managing the meds and carrying the med bag. And I got to talking, and of course we'd been talking the whole, off and on the whole time we were down there. And she finally realized that, it's like, you look familiar. Where do I know you from? And I said something about cigars. Boom. Zach, we had cigars with her at the lounge out here.
Oh, yeah.
And her husband.
husband. Yeah. Was that at the Roma event? Yeah. I remember them. Yeah, that's awesome.
And she's like, "Oh, that's where I know you from. And you've got a podcast." Yeah. So making
awesome.
Connections at lounges, come in handy. And now I know another parent and another volunteer parent teacher at the band, and can go, "Oh, hey, I know somebody else. Yay!"
Yeah.
Sorry.
I used to live
to me,
really
that's
close.
the point of going to the lounge.
Love the
Yeah,
lounge.
absolutely.
Love it.
I used to go to Smokies in Knoxville all the time. They were really close to where I lived in Knoxville, and they still have it, but they have like a happy hour on Thursdays where they take a box of cigars that they're getting rid of or they had on the shelf for too long or whatever, and they sell it for it used to be like $3, and you. Sometimes that's a $6 stick, and sometimes that's a $26 stick. It's just whatever they decided to offer that day. But I go for that event pretty regularly, on Thursdays, and you get to know a few people, and you get excited about going to see those people on that day, and You know, there's a guy that rode motorcycles too, and we talked about motorcycles the entire time I was there. It was cool.
Yeah, I mean the lounge experience can be awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'd love going in, meeting new people, learning different things, because I mean you do get a lot of knowledge on cigars, and people, you know, are full of knowledge about different things that you learn in shops. So, you know, I love lounges, but I just wish they would carry more of what I like to smoke on a daily, and I don't settle for something else just because that's just what they have.
Yeah,
you know.
And there's a lot of big brand cigars I like, but you know, they're not the first thing I'm looking for.
All right, where are we at
I will
on the
say
cigar?
I'm on my last third.
Mine's gone.
I'm on my last 13.
Sorry, I
Yeah,
just
Grimm's is gone. Grimm's like,
I have flashbacks to walking in Buckhead and, you know, rolling, going, and then Mike, you know, being Mike, Borum being Borum.
but you know, with say Buckhead, I loved going there because I loved being able to have a meal and smoke a cigar. You could sit there, relax, have a drink, have a meal. You know, it's quiet.
I could go up there in the middle of the day and there's people there, and I could either sit at a table by myself and smoke a cigar, or sit with, you know, Roland and Mike and talk shit, and we'll talk about cigars or whatever. Or I could sit there and work all day.
Yeah. I mean, so don't
right now, to me, it's too far to drive to go to the lounge to work for a day. You know, it's a 45-minute drive. Forget that. Zach's not here.
Well, it's 35. It was 35 to your house from my house.
Yeah.
Well, and don't let us deter you from. We're not trying to deter you from lounges at all. We love lounges.
No, please, God,
I
go
think
to the
more
lounge.
people have to go to them.
Yeah, you need to go to them. You need to.
I still go to a brick and mortar shop. It's just a shop. It's just not a lounge.
Yeah.
They're eventually working on converting into a lounge. It's just a matter of time there.
And that's what I like seeing. I like seeing that they're getting more focused on trying to get a lounge versus just being a cigar shop. Because I was there for a long time there, where all the, you know, cigar shops are just going to turn into a cigar shop. You come in, you pick a cigar, you leave. And I saw it going that way. That trend was just picking up because there's so many little shops around here that just have a humidor in the side to sell cigars. And I was so afraid that's going that way. But I see that the shift is going back to the lounge, which is really where the fun is and where the, you know, the camaraderie is, and, you know, the reason why you want to go to that shop anyway.
Yeah. And but also, like, so I think as it's getting cooler, I will probably go to a shop more often because it's, you know,
warm.
heated. I smoke outside when I'm home, and I'm definitely more apt to go to a shop to enjoy a cigar if it's cold or too hot outside, just because it's more comfortable.
Well, I do have news on a happy medium.
Yeah.
So a lot of the shops are starting to adopt the policy that as long as you buy a stick from them while you're there, they don't care what you smoke in the shop.
Yeah.
So say I really
I've
want
talked to
and
shops that like that.
Yeah, and if you don't, there's a cut fee. Big deal.
Yeah, they have had a cut fee. I've seen that in the past, but I think they kind of gotten rid of the cut fee. Is like, you know, as long as you buy a stick from them, then they're okay. You know, because that covers them, you know, having to clean up your ash and everything like that, whatever. And
I would do that even if that wasn't, if I was, I mean, it's good to know that some places would let you smoke a cigar you brought, but I would always buy a stick anyway, even if I wasn't going to smoke that one, just because I wanted to support the shop in some way.
For sure.
And I buy
100%.
a drink and, you know, a snack if they have it.
Yeah. So I think if a lot more, you know, shops would pick that up, I'd probably be in the shop a little bit more, honestly. But yeah, I've heard tell about people that they straight up say, look, my shop, they let me just bring whatever I want in. I just buy a stick from them, put that away for later, and then smoke what I want to smoke since I'm in the shop. So I really like that they're picking up that policy. That's phenomenal to hear from it, you know, for me. Because it kind of solves that problem. It's like, you know, you don't have what I want to smoke every time, But if I brought my own that I know I want to smoke, I know you don't carry it, and not be a big deal, I definitely have no problems picking up a stick from you and then go sit down and smoke what I want to smoke.
And that's,
Yeah.
you know, the other side of that, you know, is not to deter you from talking to your tobacconist. It's about the things that you like to smoke. Hey, I really like this cigar. Would you carry it? Would you try it? And then in cases, there have been cases where I've taken cigars with me to hand to the shop owner and go, hey, try this. I really like the cigar and I think it would do well. Would you try it and see, you know, if you think you can carry it? I mean, pretty sure that's how Silent Hero got in down here. There's enough
Absolutely.
of the guys that spend a chunk of money at the shop here said, hey, you should really get in on this.
I agree. All right, so I'm going to have to review this because it is starting to get a little too hot for me. Sorry, Graham, I'm going to gush a little bit. It's a great smoke. I'm not going to lie. I've enjoyed it from light up to now. Even with the downer subject that we've been talking about, because it's, you know, kind of a sad subject, but it is
Fucking serious ass show. Jesus Christ.
I know. I don't understand. What the fuck? I know. We should listen to Grim. Grim said no, and we didn't listen to him. We should listen to him. But start to finish, been great. It's burned great. Didn't have to touch. I think I touched it up once. But that was just me being persnickety about how it was burning one side. Solid flavor. I enjoy that flavor. And I'm going to rate it a 5. It's a 5. It's got everything I want in a cigar. I'm relaxed. It did get a little bit stronger toward the end. I did notice that. It got a little bit stronger toward the end. But I relaxed. Great flavor. Great smoke output. It's definitely a full body cigar, which I really enjoy. It was never medium. It was full the entire way for me. And I really enjoyed it. How about you, Andy?
I'm gonna lie, it was dog shit the last third. I tell you, I just hated every minute of it, suffering painfully. No, my sentiments pretty much, you know, are going to be similar to yours, Gibbs. And it's a full-bodied cigar. It's been consistent. You know, you're right. The strength kind of got a little harder here closer to the end, but the retro is still, you know, manageable. It's not super peppery at this point. Trying to think of a number here. I'm gonna go 4 3/4.
4.75. That's not bad.
Nice.
I really like it, and I'd pick one up in a heartbeat if I found one on, you know, hiding on somebody's shelf somewhere, or I'll, you know, steal one off of Hector's shelf if I ever find it. Yeah, I mean, it's just delicious smoke.
Yeah. All right, Graham. How about you, buddy?
Yeah.
Okay.
It-
Got it. Got a number to go along with that? Yeah.
I just don't want. I don't want to fanboy over it because I've made such a huge stink about fanboying so far. So I'm trying to like think of a way to be positive, but not too positive.
You want to do a pros and cons list on it?
Pros.
All right.
It's just
Better
good.
than a Fuente?
Oh, it's definitely better than Fuente.
Okay.
Cons.
You only had one of them?
I don't have one.
Oh.
I don't have a con. I really.
My
like
con's the only
cigar.
fact is the fact that I only had one of them.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I
That's a
mean-
good con right there.
If I gave it a ding in the score, it would be because I'm never going to have one ever again, and it makes me say it.
Yeah, that is sad.
And you know, I didn't want it to end, and since I wasn't talking, I went through it the fastest.
But if you see a Brazilian with Nicaraguan filler and Nicaraguan binder,
Yeah.
Might give it a shot.
Is that cigarist? All cigars are alike.
It is kind of
No.
cigarist. It's you know, it's funny you say it because this goes back to something that we've heard from a couple of our friends in the industry that we're all using the same damn tobacco. The magic's in the blend.
It's a 5. Just don't tell them. You know,
We'll just glaze over that. We'll just glaze over.
Yeah,
it.
just erase
It's a low-key
this
5.
section of the recording.
Just garble it.
Yeah,
Get,
blur out my
I'll
face or
make-
something. Say this is
I'll-
this is
on the side,
not
I'll definitely
Grim and
put
it's Jim.
Graham gives a reluctant 5.
There you
A
go.
reluctant 5.
Reluctant 5.
I
He's like, I'm
I
disappointed
don't want
in
it either.
myself.
I want to be defiant.
Yeah, and you just can't. I mean, it's a
It's so
fantastic cigar.
fucking good.
It hits all the notes. Oh,
I want to smoke the
It's-
ashes.
I guess you could. Ugh.
you could try
I think you're gonna be disappointed with that, but I'd like to
probably
hear how it
would
goes.
be. Yeah.
a little bit. All right, Zach. How about you, buddy?
So it same sentiments that everyone kind of said. I think it's a full-bodied cigar for me, but not overly powerful. Not like I feel woozy or anything like that. I did eat before. The flavors I picked up, like the hay, kind of went away, and that kind of turned into a little bit of a chocolatey on the retro. The retro is smoothed out. It had a little bit of pepper to it that's kind of toned down towards the end, and now it's just kind of chocolatey on the retro for me. Again, totally subjective, just what I'm experiencing at the moment. Very sad that this is my only one, and I probably won't get to have another one of these particular blend. But hopefully next year's blend will be good, and at least this good, I hope. I'm gonna give it a 5 because it's exactly what I want it to be, and it's delicious.
So I'm the damn oddball, but that's okay.
It's okay.
Screw you guys.
I wanted to be like you, Andy. I wanted to be like you.
That's just what I feel about it.
I'm not going to revise my score, but you're right. It hits all the things. I really don't have a detractor for it, but yes, to me, it's missing something to be a 5.
I'm okay
That's-
with that personally because I'd
that's
hate to have
totally
to
fair.
change my score if you change yours.
I'll be the
you
oddball.
stabilized our average a little better.
Yeah, you got our average where it needed to be.
Ha! Not a perfect score.
Bringing it down because of the seriousness of the conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah, if I were to knock it for anything, it's a limited edition, and you can't
Right.
get it. But
For sure.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
And-
how
and
it
that-
goes sometimes.
that can be a detractor. I mean, because you can't get this one. It's specially made. But I go back to my statement of if you do find a Brazilian wrapper with a Nicaraguan binder, Nicaraguan filler, will it be the same?
Probably
Exactly.
Probably not.
not. But
It's
it'll still
probably
be.
not going to be the same.
You at least know that you like that combination.
Yeah, you know that combination, but it will hit that note that one did. I don't know.
Yeah, and I have noticed, like, sometimes you'll see the wrapper, binder, and filler on a website, and it'll be the same for 2 cigars, and they'll taste totally different. So it's not just that it has those things in it; it's all of the subcategory things within that. It's that they have the different types of Nicaraguan tobacco in there, and those aren't always in there, or the different types of Honduran or whatever the origin is. It's more than just a single flavor from a country origin, for sure.
It's more nuanced than that.
Well, yeah, I mean, because you got to think.
Use big words.
Get a little nerdy on it. It could be that the region of Nicaragua that this leaf was grown in tastes different from this region. You know,
Yeah,
and it could be that difference. The difference in the soil could make
Yep.
that difference. So it's so weird.
or
once you
the
get into
seed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Or the seed, and the soil, and the how long they age it, and that changes flavors of tobacco. So
The
it's
first place I ever experienced that was Andy and I went to Aganorsa event in Shreveport, and they had fumas, single tobacco leaf rolled up, so you could smoke the single tobacco leaf. And they had 2 Nicaraguan tobaccos. They're both Corojo. One was 99 and one was 98, and those are different different seeds, and they tasted completely different. And they tasted completely different when you smoked them both together. Like you took both and put them in your mouth at the same time. And
Got a great picture of you doing that, man. Great.
Yeah, it was eye-opening because I kind of thought, it's from Nicaragua, it's all Nicaraguan, but that was, my lack of education on tobacco, I think.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what I'm saying, getting down to the nitty-gritty of it, it could be a completely different experience. So, all right. Well, I think we're going to wrap up this episode of The Leaf Cutters. We do appreciate anybody who's watched this far into this just pressing topic, but I felt it had to be said.
Depressing. Maybe not depressing. Maybe educational. We'll use those words.
That's what I'm saying. I hope it kind of opens up people's eyes to what's actually going on, and not just hearing all the stuff that's going on. We've actually gone a little bit more into it to help hopefully understand what is actually being affected and what the whole big deal is. So do your studying, look into it. If we're full of shit, call us out on it, tell us we're full of shit. But that's the way we understand it, and I hope it helps others, open their eyes to it. But on that note, I'm going to say good night.
Good night.